So after Temple of Shadows, Angra has released an album called Aurora Consurgens, which he also produced. And this is the album that has the most troubled period inside the band. I've already interviewed Edu and Felipe, and Felipe especially told me about how the band was having relationship problems between the members. First of all, how that affects the production? Does it?
Oh, it's an absolute turnoff. When there's internal problems in the band, it's like, you're being with a group of your friends and then, two people have a problem with each other and it's a shitty vibe, and, you try to do your best to look for solutions or you try to do stuff. Every now and then you'll get someone to be rebellious and doesn't agree with you and stuff like that. And then, we always try to explain, well, look, we can do this democratically to a point, but at the end of the day, for example, my thing was, I have the final say. If we can't agree on anything, then I will agree on it. That's kind of what I'm here for. And I take all the risks. And if you want to yell at somebody, yell at me, point your fingers at me. I don't care. But there's nothing worse than sitting around 2, 3, 4, 5 guys discussing pointless bullshit because their egos are hurt about whatever. It's distracting to the production. And in cases like that, I would usually just stand up and leave and wait for it to be over because what should I do there? I'm not going to get involved. I really don't want to get involved, But I also know that there were some difficult times, and I think with Keyless there was some issues, and I also had a couple times with the Keyless some confrontation, so to say, but nothing like big deal. Basically, when I wanted one way, he wanted another way, and we have to do a lot of discussing until something got done at all. But that's also part of the job, that record it's funny that it actually turned out the way it did. It's an actually very angry record.
It is.
And yeah, you kind of hear that, but they also wanted to go that way too. That was also a record where I think they went, in my opinion, maybe 10-15% too progressive, kind of a little bit too far off, when I compare it to Rebirth. I was like, I'm kind of missing my basic metal, it's a shame, but therefore it's an interesting album nonetheless, so that's okay.
Yeah, I think it aged very well because it has a very good sound. It's heavier, it's kind of modern, so it kind of aged well to me, I think.
Cheers. Yeah, that was an album, I think actually one of the first albums where I was starting to mix completely on a computer. With very little outboard and well, actually I did use outboard, but less of the console and more on my computer. So it was an experiment phase for me too. So I had to try a lot of shit out too. Nice. But it was fun.